What do you mean I can't play these Switch 1 games on Switch 2? What are you talking about, Internet? Hey, what's happening, people? Kwing here, one of the co-hosts of KwingsLetsPlays, and today we're going over the official list that Nintendo has put out that says which of these 200 games will not play on the Switch 2 if you have them on Switch 1. But just so you know, before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, why not subscribe and hit that notification bell, especially if you like the content or if you don't like the content. It's all good. So anyway, Nintendo put out an official list of over 200 games that will not run at the moment for the Switch 2. Now, they are currently working on solutions for this, and when they mean by these games don't run, they don't boot up. So as you actually play the game just stops working altogether. And some games they've had successful tests, like Kingdom Hearts, and other times Kingdom Hearts doesn't work because, well, of course, it's one of those online service games. You know the type, the cloud service games. So, out of this major list that I've seen, and let me just say that, you know, kind of game journalists are making a mountain out of a molehill with this. For instance, did you know that Nintendo Switch has actually released over 12,000 games from 2017 all the way until now? In fact, they're still releasing hundreds of games a month, as well as, I mean, there's over 5,000 games on the Nintendo eShop itself. Now, these 12,000 games, this is worldwide. It's not all available in the United States. We're talking Japan, China, Korea, all that stuff. You know, maybe parts of Europe, I don't know, Iceland, it doesn't matter. 12,000 games have released for the Nintendo Switch worldwide, and 5,000 are available right now for you to download if you want to. Out of the 5,000 games that are in the United States, these 200 will not work, supposedly. Out of the biggest list that I can think of that's going to cause people to be upset, for me, every single arcade archives will not run on Switch 2 if you got it on Switch 1. And that's, you know, kind of a bummer for me as a kid from the 80s and 90s. I mean, I love arcade archives. Heck, I just did a stream for arcade archives and got my butt kicked the other night. It was a lot of fun. It brought back memories of 1987 and, you know, begging my parents for quarters. Yeah, that didn't go well. But, you know, arcade archives is a great thing for us retro gamers. And Nintendo is saying, those aren't going to work on Switch 2 unless you get the Switch 2 variant on the eShop, which we'll talk about that in another video. You want to pay more for archives arcade games? Yeah, I don't think so. But some of the biggest on the list that I've seen, A Boy and His Blob Retro Collection will not run on Switch 2. So if you have that game, you're kind of out of luck. I'm sorry about that. People who liked Batman, The Enemy Within, yeah, that's not going to work. Both the black and white edition and all the other fun stuff. So the other one will work, which is weird. So only Batman, The Enemy Within is listed. You've got a bunch of weird games, Cats on Duty, nobody cares about. Darksiders Genesis, that sounds familiar. That won't work. Crazy Strike Bowling, no, not Crazy Strike Bowling. That cheapo game. A lot of these games, too, are fake AI games, too. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Does anybody really want to play Ever Switch or Felix the Cat on Switch 2? Now, Final Fantasy, Square has not confirmed what Final Fantasy they're talking about. Are they talking about the amazing Final Fantasy, like, remaster from a couple years ago, which is fantastic, by the way? They redid the OG Final Fantasy, and it looks amazing. So, if that's what they're meaning by big caps, Final Fantasy, fitness boxing, anything to do with the weird Switch stuff, like exercise, yeah, that's a given. You know, your whole Nintendo VR garbage thing isn't going to work on Switch 2 either. So all of those games that were made specifically for the weird, what was it, cardboard or plastic? Was it plastic or cardboard? I think it was cardboard. Cardboard that came, Nintendo Labo, that was it. Or was it Labo? It doesn't matter. That won't work. Frame Collection, Gang Beast, that's a big one. Guns, Gore, and Cannolis, I have no idea what that is. Inferno 2, Jurassic Park Classic Games. No! I liked that. I streamed that. I did. Check the playlist. It's on this channel. Kids vs. Parents. I don't know what that is. Korean Drone Flying Tour of Jeju Island? Get out of town. Little Nightmares Complete Edition. You're ripping out my heart here. Monsters Love 2. Okay, that's a whatever. Model Debut. I don't know what that. Monster Energy Supercross. NASCAR Rivals. Okay, the NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K25. I'm going to help you out here. NBA 2K18 probably will never work. 2K25, most likely you'll be able to get a Switch 2 version of that. And again, I'm not going to name all 200 games because we'll be here for quite a while. But the big one, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition will not run on Switch 2 if you have the Switch 1 version. Nobody Saves the World, don't really care about that. OMG Police Car Chase TV Simulator is great and cheap, and it won't work. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for the Neighborville will not work. Raiden 3, that really cool shoot-'em-up thing that just came out, will not work. Rhapsody Marl Kingdom Chronicles. So any of the Rhapsody games, that's a collection of, like, classic, you know, PlayStation games, those won't work. Amber's actually covering one of the Rhapsody games, by the way. River City Girls Zero, which is basically an NES or Famicom re-release, won't work. Rocket League might be a big one for some of you. There are people who play Rocket League on Switch. So the original Switch 1 Rocket League won't play on Switch 2, but most likely Epic Games will get you a version of Rocket League. Roller Champions, I don't know what that is. Skulls of the Shogun, Bonafide Edition. Sounds cool, but it probably isn't. South of the Circle. South Park, The Fractured But Whole will not run the Switch version on Switch 2. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, that's a big one. Dark Forces Remastered Star Wars will not work on Switch 2. Summer Pockets, Super Mega Baseball, Super Neptuna RPG, don't know what that is. The Jackbox Party Packs will not work. The Journey Down Trilogy will not work. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes will not work. Did we do Doom Eternal? Because Doom won't work. Doom was listed along with Floor Kids. So, oof. That's not good. Again, Kingdom Hearts is up in the air. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It all depends. This current listing that I have, that's from April 9th. This is the main list right now. And again, if you scroll over to it, it says, these games are currently being examined by Nintendo. So Nintendo is working for ways to, you know, make these games work. In fact, they might even work way after this video is done. But those of you that enjoyed Soul Dog, yeah, you might be in trouble. I don't know what that is. The Talos Principle Deluxe Edition will not work. Tricky Towers, that sounds familiar. TT Isle of Man Ridge on the Edge. Under Night and Birth EXE. Ooh, that's a fighting game, and that's a good one. That will not work. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Warframe. Wait, we had Warframe on Switch? Extreme Sports. Japanese games that I can't pronounce. Senran Kagurua Reflections Marvelous. Star Melody. Knights of Azure Bride of New Moon. Assault Suit Lioness 2 Saturn Tribute. Oh, that's a good game. Just came out on Switch a little while ago. Will not work. Process of Elimination will not work. And then we got Alan Wake Remastered. Will not work. Alien Isolation. More arcade archives, too many to name. A lot of... Oh, this is a bad one. Asphalt Legends Unite was a lot of fun. So this is another updated list, because we're back in the A's, obviously. Fall Guys. If you play Fall Guys, you'll have to wait for the inevitable Switch 2 version. Although, I mean, how often do people still play Fall Guys? Can I see a show of hands from that? Family Chess. Harvestella. Oh, that's a good one. That's right up there with Family Chess. I'm kidding. Hitman 3 Cloud version. Hot Wheels Unleashed. Just Dance 2019. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever work. Mega Man Legacy Collection. Ooh, right in the Mega Buster. That one hurts. My Brother Rabbit. Nor Chronicles City of Crime. Overcooked. All You Can Eat. All of them. Raiden games. Sniper. Saints Row 4. Re-elected. Steven Universe Save the Light. Wait, there was a Steven Universe game? Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Ooh, Tornado Kick. That's a good one. Stumble Guys. Why does that sound familiar? Amazing Aria and Sweet Serenade Love for Nintendo Switch will not work. A lot of like novel and what do they call those type of dating sim games aren't going to work either. Pilot Sports? I don't know what that is. Neptuna Serenon Kagurua Ninja Wars. And that's pretty much it. I mean, as you can tell from this extensive list of 200 games, some of them which I skipped because Arcade Archive, say that 5 times fast, is on here like 30 different times. Like, there's so many Arcade Archive thingies. Dig Dug, Gradius, New Rally, Pac-Lan, Crime City, Burger Time. Oh yeah, and also the Another Crab's Treasure won't work. But have you seen the Switch version of Another Crab's Treasure? You're better off getting that on a PlayStation or Steam, and maybe an inevitable Switch 2 version, which would just be a port of Steam or PlayStation. But I mean, Everdream Valley, Fables of Mosaic Snow White, who cares? Like, none of this stuff. You want to know what... Oh, I got Ishgard into a shoot 'em up. That's a good game. That it's a weird title, but trust me, it's a good game. But what are you not seeing from this list? Okay, what you're not seeing from this list is Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. Originally, Breath of the Wild, not the, you know, high upscaled 4K version, wasn't running on Switch 2. Now it is, apparently, because this is an updated list. Animal Crossing will work. So, I mean, most of your first-party games, unless Nintendo says otherwise, are going to work just fine. A lot of this fear-mongering is done by places like Kotaku and The Gamer and things like that because they're furious with Nintendo, and also everybody wants to jump on the hate bandwagon based on what's going on with Switch 2 because people are very upset over not necessarily the price of the system, which we know everybody's going to try to pre-order. Good luck, people, because that starts on the 24th, which is, I don't know what day this video is being posted. Whatever day this is posted, it'll probably be way after that, and I'll either be very depressed on streams or very happy that we were able to reserve it. But a lot of these people are just like kind of like poking you with a stick to get a reaction to what's going on, because I mean they want to have these big articles that say these games won't ever run on Switch 2, and from the official list, again, this is the official list that Nintendo released. I will put a link to it if you want to look at it. And if I had a website, I would actually post this, because then I could get traffic for my website, but I don't have a website anymore, it's just a newsletter. So, you know, the biggest ones here that I saw was just like things like Doom Eternal, which is great, but it plays kind of shoddy because of the whole, you know, Nintendo Online cloud service thing, which really doesn't work very well, to be honest. I'm just, you know, the graphics don't work very well. The streaming aspect of it was super laggy. The Wolfenstein game didn't really work very well. So, I mean, those are a given. That makes sense that that stuff wouldn't work. But, you know, pretty much every single first-party Nintendo IP that is released on here, including, you know, the 300 Nintendo Online games for, like, retro stuff, NES all the way through Game Boy Advance, will work fine. And they just re-released a Fire Emblem game for the Game Boy Advance. They shadow-released it last night, which I wish I would have known about because I would have done a video on it. But anyway, no first-party games that we know of are on the list right now. And of course, Nintendo's going to do their darndest to make sure those work, because if you were paying attention or not, Nintendo was showing in their ad for Switch 2 people playing the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, the Mario Party thing, the Mario Odyssey. You had people playing Animal Crossing. So, I mean, all their first-party games are going to work right away. What they're trying to do is they're trying to bait you. But anyway, now I want to hear from all of you guys. How do you feel about those games being unable to play on Switch 2 at the time of releasing of this list from April 9th? Let me know in the comments section below. If you believe Nintendo is going to patch most of these games so that all 12,000 of their games work on the Switch 2, which would be incredible, then tell me in the comments if you're for what Nintendo is doing. And that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, I can't really post this list in video, so we're just going to find some random gameplay clips and call it a day, because, well, the last couple videos haven't really done well anyway, and I'm not staying up 4 hours throwing this thing together. So, I'm sorry, I stream 10 hours a day. I'm not a video content creator anymore, I'm a streamer. And, you know, streaming takes a lot out of you, especially when you're literally doing it 10 to 11 hours a day. But we're playing some really fun stuff on the channel right now. Not King of Fighters. Fatal Fury, The City of Wolves is an awesome game. We hope you guys will enjoy that. We're doing more Mario Kart, Road to Mario Kart World. Currently playing the Mario Kart Wii game. Gonna be rocking Rosalina soon. And, of course, we have the fun mystery streams. You never know what we're gonna play because we have a vast collection of games that are collecting dust in this house. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I have released some of your concerns that you've seen flying around social media, that the Switch 2 won't be able to play all of the Switch 1 games. And again, there's only 5,000 in the US, 5,000 on the eShop. There's 12,000 in total from all over the world. Every country has their own unique Switch games. A lot of dating sims. You know how many dating sims are on the Switch? Don't ask me why, but I did count them, because I believe everyone deserves love. And if they can find it through AI dating sims, more power to them. But anyway, people, I'll see you guys live later today with something fun. Until then, God bless, happy gaming. Keep it locked here for more news on Switch 2. Alright, anyway, see you guys later. Peace.